Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're making smashburger tacos or taco smashburgers. It just depends on what kind of mood you're in and how you serve it. Technique's the same, maybe change up some spices or some toppings. This is going to be one of your favorite new ways to enjoy a hamburger, because it's one of my favorite new ways to enjoy a hamburger. And it also works as a taco, and it's going to be your favorite new way to enjoy a taco because it's less messy. And the thing about cooking these this way is that some folks can have tacos and some folks can have hamburgers if you got people that want different stuff and you're cooking for a crowd, and it doesn't make any more work for you. I'm cooking these on a griddle inside. This would be an excellent recipe for your Blackstone or for your grill outside. Put a griddle on your grill outside and cook these outside. Great for camping. But what we're using is a taco size tortilla shell, just the little flour tortilla shells, the kind of small ones. These are probably 8 inches. I'm not sure, I didn't measure them, and it doesn't say on the package where I can see it. Now, I've seen folks just put a blop of hamburger on and then smash it on the grill. I've also seen folks shape it in a ball and then put it on the grill and smash it. I've seen people put their hamburger meat or the ground beef, whatever ground meat they're using, in a bowl and mix in spices, then form it in a ball, then put it on the taco shell and then smash it. That's a lot of extra work. So what we have is about 4 ounces, quarter pound of meat on each one of our shells. And I'm going to mash it out a little bit with just a regular old kitchen spoon, and then I'm going to put me some spices on it. And we're still going to smash it a little bit when we put it on the grill, but this will help ensure that we have our ground beef all the way kind of to the edge of our shell when we smash it. So just take your regular old spoon, and you can use your hands for this if you want to. I prefer using a spoon over using my fingers for this one, but whatever you want to do is fine. You're doing it. Literally the shell and the beef, or if you choose to use ground turkey or chicken or whatever, some other ground meat, that's the only 2 things that you need for this. And you could also use some ground pork or chicken or something and mix it with your beef to get a different flavor. And I know a lot of people like mixing the pork and the beef together. Pork's cheaper than beef is right now, and it makes it go a little bit farther. Okay, kind of shape it to the shell, and like I said, this is optional. This is just the way I do it. Now, how you season it is going to depend on what you're making and how you like your burgers. I'm going to season 2 of these like burgers and 2 of these like tacos. I'm going to put onion powder on all of them because it's onion powder. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of garlic powder on all of them. Now, you do want to get your grill hot, or your griddle, or whatever you're cooking these on, before you put it on. Don't add the meat to a cold griddle, grill, whatever. I like Worcestershire sauce on my burgers, so I'm just going to put a drop or 2 around on the burger ones. It's good on ground beef. We'll put it on all of them. Why not? All right, and it'll mix around a little bit when we add it on the grill too. Salt and pepper on everything. And you spice these however you want to. On my taco ones, I'm going to use a little bit of chili powder because obviously we're not opening up a packet of taco seasoning, but you could use a packet of taco seasoning, or you can get taco seasoning like the chili powder. You could also do a little cayenne pepper or something, and I might add a little cayenne pepper to these. We'll make, oops, I don't want to dump it, I want to sprinkle it. We'll add a little cayenne pepper or some other kind of pepper to them. We'll make a couple of these hot. And that's it. Now, get your grill, your griddle, whatever you're cooking it on hot. And you want to turn these beef side down and smash them into the grill. You do want to smash it till you kind of see it coming out the sides, but like I got a little carried away right there. And if you used hot peppers on some of these and you've got folks that don't like heat, try not to get them mixed up if you're making them for a crowd. Now, topping them, anything you would put on a taco or anything you would put on a burger or both. You want to set out condiments, mayo, ketchup, mustard, spicy mustard, hot sauce. I've got some German style ketchup, some taco sauce. Pickle mustard is really good for stuff like this. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, chopped onions. You can do shredded cheese or sliced cheese. And I'm going to put some sliced cheese on both of mine and melt it on. Even if you're doing a taco, that way you don't have to worry about the cheese falling off. And I'm also going to throw a few of these onions on here and grill them because I want grilled onions on my burger. And you can do that right on the grill while you're cooking these. Now you're not going to cook them long. You're going to cook them maybe 3 minutes on this side to pretty much completely cook the beef because it's thin. And then you're going to flip it over and cook it just a minute or two on the other side, which will crisp up your shell and kind of brown it a little bit and add a lot of flavor to it. And you're going to get the flavor from the beef in the shell as well. While we're waiting to flip these, I want to take just a second and ask you to please click like and subscribe on the video, share it with your friends, and leave us a comment. It would mean a whole lot to the channel's growth, and it would mean a lot to me personally. We're having a real problem getting our videos seen on YouTube now, and it's because we don't have as much activity. And y'all could help us with that by commenting and sharing and clicking like. So thank you so much for your help, your support, and for being here with us today. Okay, let's flip these and see what they look like. Oh yeah, well, my shell's rolling up. And you can see, even though we went all the way to the edge, of course our beef did draw up a little bit. It always does. And the grease from the beef is going to crisp up your shell. But the beef is nice and brown. It looks really good. And we're going to go just about a minute or so on this side. And while we cook this side, we're going to add our cheese. You could throw a couple of pieces of bacon on here if you wanted to. Of course, some pickles. I don't have any pickles today. I don't have any pickles today for some reason, which is a rare thing in this house. You could serve it with anything that goes with hamburgers or tacos, depending on what you're doing. If you're cooking outside, you could do chips, potato salad, coleslaw, chips and salsa, chips and cheese, that kind of thing with the taco theme. You could make fries, sweet potato fries, regular fries, tater tots, just anything that goes with hamburgers or tacos. And if you're putting lettuce and tomato and stuff on it for lunch, this would be fine with me. I don't really need anything else, especially with the grilled onions that I'm going to add. But these are really, really good, really, really quick, like cooked in 3 minutes. Well, maybe 5 minutes. Okay, here's one more thing to keep in mind. Whatever you want to top them with, you need to put it on while it's hot, because this shell is going to get crispy and it would kind of break if you waited and put your toppings on after it got cold. And if you're doing tacos, definitely some sour cream. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to put a little bit of tomato on both of them, I think. And part of my lettuce on both of them, and then fold them over. Now, like I said, if you were doing tacos, you could shred the lettuce and dice up the tomatoes and stuff. Once your shell is crispy, kind of run around it to make sure it released from your pan, and then just fold it over. Okay, you can see here we got a nice crispy brown shell, and it will hold its shape. Our cheese is all melted, and now it's just a matter of choosing your toppings, your condiments, filling it up with whatever you want on it. Certainly you don't have to use the lettuce and tomato. You can use other stuff, guacamole or whatever. Some sour cream on the tacos would be really, really good. And it literally just takes 5 minutes to cook these. 3 minutes meat side, about 2 minutes on the shell, and they're done. And of course it will depend on the temperature of your grill or your griddle, and if you're doing it in a grill or not. If you're doing it in a grill that has a lid, or if you're using a burger press, which would be really good for making these, then it's going to cook even quicker. And this is a great one for crowds because you can do it different ways. The other day, me and Melinda were getting ready to do a live stream, and I was standing there real quiet, and she said, "Do you want to pray before we start?" And I said, "What do you think I'm doing?" And she spit out Matthew 18:20. "For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them." And she was right. She should have reminded me of that, because when we have 2 or 3 together and we pray together, agreeing together, it pleases God, and He honors that act of unity in us. And not only that, when you've got help praying, for heaven's sakes, take it. And I'm not in any way dismissing the prayers of an individual, but God is pleased when it's more than one of us praying in unity. And that's something else to remember when you're gathering together with your friends and going out to dinner, or maybe you're sitting down to dinner with your family, or you're just sitting down to dinner as a couple. Those prayers together, those prayers in unity, are blessed by God, and they are pleasing to God. And like I said, if you've got help praying, for heaven's sakes, take it. I hope you all enjoy these in the winter when you can't get out on a griddle, and I hope you enjoy them in the summer when you can get outside and grill, because this is good for both times. And this griddle is brand new, and it's sticking like crazy. I'm going to have to use it and season it a little bit, and it wasn't super expensive either. I had a pancake pan that I was going to use, and I couldn't find it. But a big flat pan is better. I mean, you could make them in a skillet, certainly, but the flat area makes it easier to squish them. So use a seasoned cast iron if you're going to use cast iron. That's the lesson for the day. But I hope you try these. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And I hope it's one of those recipes that kind of becomes a tradition when you get together with your friends and your family and you have 2 or 3 gathered together. And I hope you pray together in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for being a part of the Hillbilly Kitchen. Thank you for gathering with us today. If you haven't already, please don't forget to click like and subscribe. And until next time, remember to put God first.